Hello everyone. Today I'm going to describe you Unit 6 Revenue Analysis. Meaning of revenues. Revenue is the income received by the firm. In other words, revenue is the total sales proceeds of a firm. Revenue is the core factor for generating profits. Given the cost of production, higher revenue implies the larger profit since the objective of a firm is to profit maximization. In order to get maximum profit, revenue must be maximized, and revenue is the central factor or core factor in the manufacturing sector. There are various types of revenues. Total revenue. Total revenue refers to the total amount of money that the firm receives from the sales of its product. TR is the total sales proceed of a firm. TR is equal to P into Q. So total revenue, total sales proceeds, it is obtained by multiplying quantity produced or quantity sold at the given price. P into Q. Number two, average revenue, AR. Average revenue is the revenue per unit of commodity sold. AR is equal to TR upon Q. The value of AR is equal to P, means it is market price. AR is obtained by dividing total revenue by quantity sold. Marginal revenue, MR. Marginal revenue is the net increase in total revenue obtained from selling one more unit of a product. It is the additional revenue earned by selling an additional unit of output by the seller. MR. MR is obtained by uh, dividing change in total revenue by dividing change in total revenue by change in quantity. So when we sell an extra unit of good in the market, and when extra revenue is earned from the sales of that extra unit, that is called marginal revenue. Here in the table, revenue under perfect competition. As you know, perfect competition where price is constant. So AR is the price is fixed. Price. Whatever the quantity is sold, unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, AR is same. But TR is increasing constantly. 5, 1 unit 5, 2 unit 5 into 2 10, 3 unit 5 into 3 15, 4 unit 4 into 5 20, and 5 unit 5 into 5 25. So AR is the AR is the ratio that is obtained by dividing TR by units or quantity. 5 by 1 5, 10 by 2 5, 15 by 3 5, 20 by 4 5, 25 by 5 5. And MR is the additional revenue obtained by selling additional unit of good. So you can see 5 in the initial stage, 5, and additional revenue is again 5 plus 5, it is 10. And again here third unit 10 plus 5, 5 is additional revenue, so this is 5. So 15 plus 5, 20, this is additional 5, and 20 plus 5, 25 in the fifth unit, this is also 5. So MR is 5 in all units of goods and AR is 5 in all units of goods, but TR is increasing constantly at the same ratio. So in the perfect competition, when TR increases at the constant ratio, AR and MR remains constant. This is the perfect competition, marginal, average, and total revenue. Here in the diagram, we see form revenue, price is constant, and quantity increase. Quantity R1, R2, R3, R4, R6, quantity continuously increase, but price remains constant. So here from the table above, AR is equal to MR, because here 5, all 5, all 5. So AR is equal to MR. And industry demand curve slopes downward from left to right, and industry supply curve moves upward from left to right. When these two curves intersect, this is the industry price. So price in the perfect competition is determined by the industry, determined by the market, and that market price 5, suppose 5 in our example, this is the price set by the industry, set by the market. At the same price, at the given price, the firms are compelled to sell the goods as much as possible. So this is ARMR curve, and this is the market price in the perfect competition market. Here TR, you can see TR is increasing at the same rate. If TR moves from the origin bisecting the axis, it means TR is increasing at the constant rate. Okay, so this TR is increasing at the constant rate, because we can see here in the table TR 5 plus 5 10, 10 plus 5 15, 15 plus 5 20, 20 plus 5 25. So TR is increasing at the constant rate in addition to 5 5 5 in every unit sold in the market. So TR is increasing constantly bisecting the axis, revenue and quantity. And under monopoly, what happens in the monopoly market, price does not remains constant. In competitive market, price remain constant, but in monopoly market, price does not remain constant. So here, different prices. You can see price 2. Okay, let's start from here. Unit 1, price 6. So TR is 6 into 1, 6. AR in the initial stage, this is 6 everywhere. And unit 2, uh, rate is price is decreased from 6 to 5. So 5 into 2, 10. And AR is divided by AR is equal to this 10 divided by this 2. It is 5. Okay. And unit 3, price 4. This is 12. 4 into 3, 12. And AR is equal to 12 divided by 3, that is 4. And here in the same way, 4 into 3, 12. And AR is equal to the same, 4 or 12 is divided by 4, 3. And here 5 into 2, 10. And AR is equal to 10 is divided by 5, this is 2. And MR is the difference between these two units, unit 6 and unit 5. Revenue obtained from the sales of 6th unit and revenue obtained from the sales of 5th unit. So what is the difference? This is 6, this 10, 4. And here what is the difference? 2. Here what is the difference? 0. And here what is the difference? 12 minus 10. 10 minus 12, this is minus 2. In this way, under the monopoly curve, MR AR decreases. AR decreases because you can see here AR 65432, price also 65432, because AR means price. And MR, if AR decreases, MR also decreases. You can see 6, 6. But here AR is 5, MR is 4. AR is 4, MR is 2. AR is 3, MR is 0. AR 2, MR minus 2. Means AR diminishes, MR also diminishes, but the rate of diminishing of MR is greater than that of AR. From the table you can see AR curve is sloping downward This is price line also you can see. And EMR is sloping downward at the rapid way in comparison to AR. Okay. And TR, you can see TR 6, 10, 12. So TR is increasing up to 12, up to third unit. Up to fourth unit of goods sold, TR is increasing 6, 10, 12, and third unit 12, and fourth unit also 12. In this way, TR is increasing here in increasing rate, and here it is constant, and afterwards it comes down. You can see here TR at the third unit 12, at the fourth unit also 12 constant, and at the fifth unit it reduced, it decreased. So TR is diminishing after the sales of fifth unit of goods at the price 2. So you can see TR increasing in the increasing rate and increasing in the decreasing rate and remaining constant and now diminishing. This is TR. From the given table, it is clear that EMR falls as more units are sold. EMR falls as more units are sold. EMR is decreasing as additional units are sold. TR increases as more units are sold but at a diminishing rate. TR increases but here at the diminishing rate. Gradually it is diminishing. Increasing but in diminishing rate. TR is the highest when EMR is 0. You can see TR is highest, but here at that point EMR touches the axis. EMR is 0. TR falls when EMR becomes negative. When EMR starts coming below the axis, TR starts falling down. AR and EMR both falls, but EMR is greater than AR. That is, AR falls more steeply than AR. So the rate of falling AR and EMR, the rate of falling of EMR is greater or steeper than the rate of falling AR. Okay. The relationship between revenue concept and EP, price elasticity. So here, EP at any point on a consumer's demand curve, EP at any point on consumer demand curve is the same thing as the elasticity on the given point on the firm's average revenue curve, AR, average revenue curve. Forms the point where AR, the elasticity of AR is same as the EP. So with the help of point elasticity of demand, elasticity, a relationship between AR, EMR and EP at any level of output can be established. Here you can see, this is as shown earlier, this is AR sloping downward and EMR is even steeper than AR, and let's take a point Q from AR. Okay, then we will prove the relationship between AR and EMR like this. EMR is equal to P under the bracket 1 minus 1 by E. E the elasticity. So relationship between E and EMR or E and AR, P means AR, can be established from the next slide, according to the next slide. Here, triangle DPQ, right angle triangle, is equal to right angle triangle QAT. Look, you can see DPQ. This is the right angle triangle, and next is QAT. QAT. This is also right angle triangle. So these are the two right angle triangles. P at P, this A. Okay. And DQP corresponding angle. DQP QTA. DQP. DQP. This angle is formed here, and D Q P Q T A. These two are the corresponding angles. And P angle, right angle triangle, next right angle triangle, PDQ, 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 next angle, PDQ is equal to AQT, A PDQ equal to AQT. Okay, according to the trigonometric rules, thus triangles PDQ and AQT are equiangular. PDQ and AQT are equiangular. PDQ and AQ A PDQ and AQT, AQ, AQT, PDQ and AQT. These two angles are equilateral. It means we can write now QT by QD, QT by QD is equal to QT. You can see QT by QD is equal to next is equal to QA by PD. QA by PD. This angle. If it is equilateral triangle, then this side becomes equal to this side. Okay, so we can write this. So QT upon QD is equal to QA upon PD. Now again in the triangles PDH and SQN, PDH next triangle is formed here, PDH and next is SQN, two angles, PDH and SQN. Okay, now see PDS and SQN. Now PS equal to SQ. Now PS is equal to SQ. Because here M are bisect. M are passing through, bisecting the area between OQT. Okay, that is why PS equal to SQ according to the theory of trigonometry. Now vertical opposite angles PSD equal to QSN. Now PSD is equal to QSN. Vertical opposite angles are equal. Okay. PSD equal to QSN. And now right angle triangle DPS equal to SQN. DPS equal to SQN. Right. Therefore, triangles PDS and SQN are congruent, means having the same meaning, same size in all respect. Therefore, DP equal to QN. Therefore, DP is equal to QN. This size, DP equal to QN. Thus, elasticity of demand at point Q is now at point. What is the elasticity? As you know, at point Q, the ratio is elasticity is equal to QT by QD. You can see here again at point Q, QT by QD. This is the ratio. Okay. Thus, elasticity of demand at point Q is QT by QD, which is equal to QA by PD, which is equal to QA by PD. Okay, QA by PD. and again which is equal to QA by QN, again which is equal to QA by QN. These are the three ratios having equal values. But as you know, Qn equal to Qa minus Na. Again, Qn equal to Qa minus Na. You can see here again, Qn, this value. Qn equal to the entire value of Qa minus Qn equal to the entire value of Qa minus Na. Okay, Qa minus Na. Now you can put the value Qa upon Qn, this value Qa upon Qn is equal to Qa is same, not change, but in place of Qn, again Qa minus Na we can put. Hence, elasticity of demand at Q is equal to Qa at Q, at point Q. At this point, elasticity of demand at point Q is equal to at Q is equal to Qa upon Qa minus Na. Okay, now here elasticity of demand E, let's suppose it is written here. It is clear from the figure that QA is the average revenue while NA is the marginal revenue for output OA. QA is average revenue, NA is the marginal revenue. This is cut by the marginal revenue line. So this is marginal revenue and this is cut by the average revenue line. So this is average revenue. Okay. So now hence elasticity at Q is E equal to AR by AR minus MR. You can see this QA is AR and this QA is AR minus NA is MR. So in short we are writing E equal to, in place of AR, A, and again AR, A, and MR, M. So elasticity at point Q is E equal to A upon A minus M, where A stands for average revenue and M stands for marginal revenue. Now, by doing cross multiplication, we get the relation EA. You can see again here. We cross multiply E equal to A upon A minus M. So we multiply A minus M into E here. A minus M, this is the denominator. We multiply this, A is nominator. So here simply A is here and denominator is A minus M into E. So EA minus EM. So EA minus EM equal to A. Now we bring A here, this side, and we bring EM in the right side. And now A is the common factor. So A is out. Now E minus A is equal to EM. So A is equal to EM upon E minus 1. So A means average revenue. Hence, price or average revenue is equal to A. A is equal to, if we put M outside, this becomes E upon E minus 1. So average revenue is equal to marginal revenue which multiply the ratio of E upon E minus 1. Or if we extend this, now marginal revenue equal to A E minus 1 upon E, or marginal revenue equal to A 1 minus 1 upon E. This formula helps us to find out MR at any point from AR at the same point. So we can easily find MR at any point from AR at the same point. It means if we have AR and elasticity, we can find MR. You can see if we find AR and elasticity at that point, we can find MR. Or if we have MR and if we are given elasticity at that point, we can easily find AR. So this is the relationship between AR, MR and elasticity at that point. Thus, MR will be positive if the coefficient of elasticity of demand is elastic, that is greater than 1. MR will be 0 if elasticity is equal to 1, and MR will be negative if elasticity is less than 1. So this is the relationship between AR, MR and elasticity. So this is all about the topic revenue and revenue curves, and I think you are clear about this content. And if you like this video, please you share and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day.